Hello everyone and welcome to my video. I'm the Caravel and today I wanted to talk about the new Yugioh Banlist from December 2024 in the TCG. So last night we got a new banlist right after the end of the YCS Anaheim, and I thought why not make a little video about it because yeah, my friend suggested it and I think it's kind of interesting what they hit and what actually changed. So I will talk about what I think will change, what also, or what it at least changed. Then, of course, my own thoughts, how it affects me, and maybe also what I thought, yeah, is kind of missing, or yeah. So let's see what changed. So first, the new forbidden cards. So, Gimmick Puppet Nightmare is forbidden now, and I think that's great because that way Branded won't have a chance to lock the opponent without them being able to stop it at all. Like, the problem with Gimmick Puppet Nightmare is that if you summon it to your opponent's field with that, it activates on their field and prevents them from special summoning any other monsters than Gimmick Puppet monsters, which means most decks won't be able to play then. And that way, that floodgate is now gone. Of course, they will instead most likely play something like Grass Disciple or such, but at least you have a way to get rid of those monsters by, let's say, destroy those monsters or something, or sending those monsters. Then it doesn't affect you anymore. The big problem is if you have a floodgate that is lingering because it activates, and as soon as it resolves, you have to live with it, and that's just stupid. So we can be glad that this one is gone. Then, yeah, of course, it doesn't affect me because I don't play Branded, and I also don't play Gimmick Puppet, so I don't mind at all. But yeah, it's healthy for the game. Then Jogan the Spiritualist, yeah. A card that was mostly, of course, played in stun decks, because who else would play it in their deck? Because there are even better floodgates than this one, but yeah. The problem was it used to be played, for example, in... what was it called again, that deck? Ah yeah, it was in... It was played in... what was it again? Yeah, no, it was played, for example, with Last Turn. But yeah, Last Turn is also banned, so that's not the reason. It's more to weaken stun decks. And yeah, it was played in spellbooks and such. So yeah. But still, spellbook wasn't played anymore really, so it's more to hit stun decks and such. I think it's good to get rid of such cards because it could easily be summoned from the deck, and especially because soon we will get support for Magistus and such, and also yeah, and Demon, and they would be able to easily summon this card from the deck because it's a spellcaster, I think, right? Most likely, yeah, it's spellcaster. So good that they banned it. It's more to prepare for the releases, but yeah, the less floodgates, the better. Then next is Original Sinful Spoils Snake Eye. Yeah, they hit Snake Eyes again, and it was good because Snake Eyes was still tier 1, and it was an important card in Snake Eyes Fire King, or Fire King Snake Eyes now. So yeah, it's good that they hit it. Yeah, I actually wanted to build Fire Kings and had bought it, but it wasn't that expensive, so it's fine. I don't mind it. Yeah, it was able to just add any level 1 fire monster from your deck to your hand by yeah. You see, so what it does: send one other face-up card you control to the graveyard. Yeah, you easily can do that. Then special summon one level 1 fire monster from your hand or deck. And that is a lot. In Fire King, for example, it is the Fire King Ponix. And of course there is almost every card in that you can summon in Snake Eyes. And also Jet Synchron, for example, for an easy tuner. That way you don't have that easy access anymore. Then, yeah, maybe it's kind of the end of the year of fire finally. Then you can banish it from your graveyard, then target one Snake Eye or the Star monster in your graveyard. Add one level 1 fire monster from your deck to your hand, then place the targeted monster on the bottom of your deck. Yeah, that lets you go plus, so you have... yeah. I mean, okay, it's you can't use that effect on the same turn, but still, you can recycle your monsters. I mean, most decks that played actually a Snake Eyes package or the Star package, so yeah. That way, that is gone now. So, that is fair to me. Then we have the limited list, Tenpai Dragon Shundra. So they finally decided to hit Tenpai again, because Tenpai was tier 1, and a huge problem, especially when we remember that they still have dimensional, Dimension Shifter and other floodgates, and they also have the Mulchami cards. So yeah, it's great that they hit it again. That they didn't ban it, so it's still playable, but it weakens their consistency. Same with Sang and Kaiman, which is also now limited. So I like that. They didn't kill the deck, but they weakened it, and that was necessary. Though we'll see if it actually is enough, or if we still need more hits. Because yeah, the new cards and such, the Mulchamis and such. So yeah. Also, yeah, I don't know what else they would play instead. There were people that played Tenpai with, for example, Kashtira or such. So we'll see if we see new combinations now with Tenpai, or if it will just disappear from the meta. I wouldn't mind it, but if it would just stay, let's say, a rogue deck. But we'll see. Then Phantom of Yubel, a card that I really wanted at 1, and they limited it. It was so necessary because Yubel was really strong in the last 3 months, and even before that. It was so strong, it was tier 1, and I think it was kind of like the best deck in the format. Maybe not tier 0, but it was, yeah, the best of the tier 1 decks. And especially with Fiendsmith, it had too much advantage. And the problem that Phantom Yubel is, you can just recycle any of your monsters in your graveyard with that. I mean, let's just look at the card. So the card just says, yeah, you can special summon it by shuffling the above monsters from your hand field or graveyard into the deck and extra deck. That means you can actually just recycle all of your materials that you wasted in this turn. The good thing is you can't recycle itself with it. And the problem is, its summon isn't once per turn. That means you could, for example, summon it, recycle, then summon Yubel and such again, link them off, and form more link materials, and then summon Phantom Yubel again. I mean, okay, the effect that turns that turns an opponent's effect into destroy one of your Yubel monsters in your hand, deck, or field. It's just hard once per turn, but the more important thing is that you could summon it multiple times, which made it easy if your opponent removed it to just get another one out. So they always had this interruption. And now it's just at 1. That means once you removed it from the field, it is gone. And that is really good. And I think that was actually what Yubel needed. That hit. We'll see. Maybe it will now become more fair. Maybe we will see Yubel as tier 2 or rogue deck, we'll see. But yeah, that would be better. Then yeah, let's see. Yeah, Zudik Barrage. Yeah, Barrage isn't that much of a problem because yeah, Zudik Trident is still banned, which was an interruption, and they can't link climb that. They can't XC climb that much. I mean, the gimmick of the Zudik deck is yeah, you can just slap every Zodiac monster you have in your extra deck on top of another one. But you could only summon each Zodiac Xyz monster once per turn, like that. But yeah, now we still don't have Trident anymore. And yeah, of course it was a bit dangerous with Zeus on top, because it had so many materials, but yeah. Barrage won't really change much. I mean, yeah, you can target one face-up card you control and destroy it. If you do, special summon one Zodiac monster from your deck. If this, yeah, okay, that's hard once per turn, and if this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one Zodiac Xyz monster you control, attach this card from your hand graveyard to that Xyz monster as material. What is interesting about this card though is, it could happen that people could try to play Yubel with Zodiac. If that happens, that would be really interesting to see something new. But we'll see if that even happens, because Zodiac Barrage is still at 1 and you can search it. I don't know if there's any card that can search it. And if there is, then it could maybe become interesting, but we'll see. And of course they were careful now that they just put it to 1 yet. And not put it to 2 or 3. They want to test if it isn't too dangerous. So yeah, till now, pretty good yet. Funny enough, my decks weren't hit by any of those. But yeah, okay, then next is the semi-limited list. So we have Zyberjar, a card that no one really plays. It's because it's too old, it's too slow. But I think it's still interesting to see Zyberjar back. It was on the ban list for 20 years, and this year, I think, or was it last year, I don't remember, it got limited, and now we get it at 2. I think on the next ban list it most likely gets off the ban list, because, like I said, flip effect monsters usually are too slow if we exclude Mimikyu. And yeah. Even then, the opponent also gets the advantage. Okay, then next we have Danger Jackalope and Tsushinoko. Yeah, both were limited before because of decks like Tier Elements, for example, or maybe also Dark World and such, because they helped them to discard the cards as card effects and then let them spam more of their monsters and get their crazy effects off. And yeah, those decks aren't meta, they are, if at all, they're just rogue. And that boosts them maybe a bit, but also other decks, so it's pretty fine to me, so no problem. Eva, on the other hand, yeah, I'm not sure if I like that at 2, because before it was at 1. I don't know if people actually played it, but I remember the times when people played Drytron with Heralds and played Eva in it, and it was hell. So we'll see what that will change. I'm not a fan of it, and I hope it won't make too much of a difference now. Because yeah, its search for 2 fairies was just too much back then. If it hit the graveyard. But yeah, also had to banish another fairy, so okay, but still, you could choose multiple heralds to get to your hand as negates, as hand traps. That was a lot. And in Drytron, yeah, it was like every fairy in your hand is a negate. If you got, for example, what was it called again? Herald of Ultimateness is what they used to summon, and yeah, that was like, yeah, oh, every fairy in my hand is an Omni-Negate. and that was too much. Then, the next card is one that I'm really happy about. Performpal Monkey Board, finally at 2. Before it was limited, okay. But at 2 now, it doesn't make a difference because who plays Performpals in the meta? It is, if at all, it is part of Pendulum Magician as a rogue deck maybe, but still that isn't strong enough, especially with Appaloosa now banned even. And in my opinion it can even come back to 3 and it won't make a difference. I'm happy about it because I like Performpals, and yeah, I really hope that it will leave the banlist on the next one in, yeah, most likely March. So yeah, we'll see. And then the unbanned list. Yeah. So no longer on the list are all 4 of the Dragon Rulers, Blaster, Redox, Tempest and Tidal. Yeah, that was obvious. Last banlist they got semi-limited, now they are unlimited. And in my opinion it won't make a difference. But maybe people want to play Dragon Rulers now for the first time in I think 10 years or such. I don't know when they were banned, because I didn't play it during that time. But yeah, I think it's nice. That way we maybe get to see more decks. It won't be a meta deck, but yeah, I just hope it won't be played too much with Kashtira. Because I want to play Dragon Rulers too, but I don't want to play it with Kashtira because Kashtira is boring to me. Then, yeah, I think that's good. It could maybe give a little boost to, let's say, Dragon Link or such, I don't know. We'll see. But I don't mind it. Okay, then Dino Wrestler Pankratops is actually nice that they now unlimited it. I think on the last bin list, or the one before, I think the one before, that was in... when was that? I think it was in April or such. It was semi-limited, and I think it didn't make a difference. People didn't really play it, I didn't see it at all. And now at 3, it's more viable now, and yeah, in my opinion, in some cases it's the weaker version of Kashtira Fenrir, and in some cases it's stronger. I think it's fine to have it at 3, so going second becomes stronger, that makes it more equal. So I actually like it. And even funnier, look at the stars, it's also a level 7 monster. So could also be interesting in Dragon Rulers. So we'll see. Then, what else? Yeah, Lunar Light Tiger. Yeah, I already thought it would happen. Because Lunar Light Tiger was semi-limited. People still didn't play Lunar Light. And its effects, even when when its effect is soft once per turn, isn't that strong anymore because the Lunar Light monsters themselves don't do enough to keep up with the meta, but we'll see. Maybe we will soon see Lunar Light Orchest again, because Orchest gets support and such, but I'm not sure about it. I don't mind it that it is back at 3 now. I think it gives more decks an option to play now. So, why not? Then, Rescue Ace Airlifter, yeah, about that I'm a bit unsure because it did a lot for the deck. Let's see. What did it do? Ah, yeah, it was kinda like their starter. When they summoned this one, they could get the Rescue Ace spell and yeah, could do everything else as well. And also, yeah, they could summon another Rescue Ace monster by attributing this card from the hand off face-up field, which is a lot, so they have kinda, maybe let's say, like a slight hand trap, or a way to avoid impermanence. So we'll see if it is too much or if it is okay. I mean, they most likely unlimited it now, because they maybe kinda killed Snake Eyes now, which was a huge part of this deck, especially the Diabellstar package. So it's fine, I think. We'll see. Then, let's see. Thunder Colossus, yeah. I mean, yeah, people didn't really play Colossus that much now. I'm still not a fan of it because it's a floodgate. I would have preferred it at 1 or at 0, but yeah, I guess it's okay. You can remove it. It has protection, but only in Thunder Dranks, I think. How does it get its protection? Let's see. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish 1 Thunder monster from your graveyard instead. Yeah. I mean, the people that play it usually play a Nemesis package. So yeah, we'll see if it will make an effect. But I think if people didn't take advantage of it being at 2, then they also won't. That is when it is now at 3. So yeah, it's no difference if it is at 2 or 3. It's only a difference if it is at 1 or banned, or maybe at 1 or 3. But usually people play it only once, anyways. Then IP, okay, yeah, that doesn't make a difference. I mean, I haven't seen anyone play IP in the last years or such, ever since it got unlimited, ever since it got unbanned. I think on the last list it got semi-limited and no one cared. So people won't care now either. Especially now with cards like Appaloosa and also, yeah, Baron, the Fleur, or Burlowed Savage Dragon banned. So it's fine. And a card that makes me happy, that is again unbanned now, or unlimited now. It was limited for 1 ban list. Wait, yeah. Yeah, it was unbanned for, it was limited before, but yeah. I think it's nice to see it back. Oh wait, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So yeah, the last card, Opening of the Spirit Gates. Yeah, like I said, it was limited before, and it was only limited because of Yugioh being very strong. And yeah, in my opinion, it's great to see the Spirit Gates back, because yeah, it's very important for Sacred Beast itself. And yeah, I think Yugioh, the bigger problem with Yugioh were cards like, for example, Appaloosa and such, and also especially Phantom Yugioh, which is now limited. And at 1 it is okay, at more than 1 it was just too much. So, nice to see it back. It, of course, is a boost to my Sacred Beast deck, but I think it is okay to now unlimited it again. It was just limited for 1 ban list, and they saw it didn't really make a difference. Because people instead played Dark Beckoning Beast just at 3 then, and it still was the same. So yeah, didn't make a difference. Yugioh was still one of the best decks. So yeah. And the other thing is, now that we are done with the ban list, I want to talk about what I think is lacking on the ban list. So, some stuff I was hoping that it would happen would be, for example, a ban of Dimension Shifter, because Dimension Shifter is a lingering floodgate, which is, yeah, going to be quite strong most likely in the new meta now, especially with Malice now being able to play 2. Then, okay, Tenpai, maybe not as much anymore, but we'll see. And we'll see how many other decks will take advantage of it. That means it will become very annoying like that. So Lancia could be very important from now on. Then I also was hoping for a hit to, yeah, Fiendsmith itself, because Fiendsmith, yeah, should have gotten a hit. Or the, what was it called again? Moon of the Closed Heaven or such? I don't remember what its actual name is. But yeah, or Closed Sky or such. Yeah, that could have also been a nice ban, so the Fiendsmith engine wouldn't be as generic, because the engine is just too generic. And especially it would be another hit to Fiendsmith, to Yugioh, for example. Fiendsmith also now got played with Ryzeal, for example. also with Snake Eyes and such. And it would have been nice to see that on the ban list too. At least something, so they wouldn't be able to either be played at all, like that, or at least not as generic. Then, what would I have liked to see as well? Maybe a semi-limit or limit of Super Poly, because Super Poly is going to be searchable in with the new Evil Hero support. I mean, okay, they locked themselves into Evil Heroes, but I'm also, in my opinion, Super Poly is too easy to play in Yubel, because they have a monster that just says, yeah, one Yubel monster and one or more effect monsters. So when as soon as they get a Yubel monster on the field, they can just use Super Poly to get rid of your whole board, and that is a bit too much because you can't react to that. You can respond to it, and that is a bit too much in my opinion to have a card at 3. And yeah, that would have been nice. Also, would have liked Protoss maybe again banned, because it's also Lingering Floodgate that I don't like. Because Lingering Floodgates, yeah, the problem is when you can't respond to them immediately, you're done for, because your turn is most likely going to end with that. Then, what else? Maybe I would have, yeah, I mean, Abyss Dweller could have been an option, but yeah, I think Abyss Dweller most likely gets banned at some point next year, as long as RipJaws stays strong and other rank 4 engines come to the meta game, because it could turn into a very important card, and it's also a Lingering Floodgate, so yeah, also it's very cheap, so I wouldn't be surprised if it got banned. And another card that I also play myself, but I would have liked if it would have been banned, would have been Kali Yuga, yeah, from Triple D, because I think it's kind of the same as King Calamity, and it even has a Heavy Storm as quick effect, and it's so easy to summon in decks that can get out a rank 7 Dark Monster, and maybe play a little package of Phantom Knights, and yeah, that's a bit much in my opinion for such a deck. So I would have for such a card, I think there shouldn't be a card that goes like, yeah, your opponent can't activate cards or effects on their field on their turn. At the Ultimate Falcon it's okay because, or for example, it's okay because it can only activate its effect on your own turn, not on your opponent's turn. But if you just lock your opponent out of the game on their turn, that reminds me of like I said, King Calamity or Utopic Saxel, which is also banned. And we even have some other cards that are banned that have much less locks. Or do you remember, for example, True King of All Calamities? That is also banned because of that reason. So in my opinion, the Kali Yuga should also be banned. And another card I wouldn't mind if it got banned would be Harpy's Featherstorm, because it's also a Lingering Floodgate that negates all monster effects on that turn your opponent activates. And that is also, yeah, too much. You kinda lock them out of the game again with that. Yeah, I know I just said multiple cards that would hit Fluonaris quite hard. I played the deck myself, but I think Fluonaris shouldn't be about those cards. Instead, it should be about their own cards and maybe trying to take advantage of their own cards with the help of other cards. But not like, yeah, play Dimension Shifter and Harpy's Featherstorm and lock your opponent out of the game. That's very toxic, and I think it would be great if that got banned. Then maybe hit some more floodgates like deck lockdown and such that might see play in the meta now. So yeah, but that's what I think would have been nice. Maybe I would also have liked something like Heavy Metal Foes Electromite back at 1, because I mean, I don't play it, I also probably wouldn't play it in my decks, but I think it wouldn't change anything. It would just give Pendulums a better chance to be part of the meta. I know lots of people hate Pendulums, but they are also a mechanic, and they have no deck in the meta or such, or that actually competes very much, that has the same chance as the other decks. All other summoning mechanics have it. I mean, even rituals have, for example, a voiceless voice now. There's also Xyz with Raziel now. We have Synchro with Centurion. We have Fusion with, yeah, I know, Yugioh, for example. And we have Link, of course, with Malice, for example. Or, yeah, lots of other decks. I mean, almost all decks play some Link monsters. So, yeah, it would be nice to see a bit more of that. I haven't seen that Ryuji deck yet, so I don't know how much Pendulum they do in their deck. Well, yeah. Would be nice if we could see that back. And maybe, yeah, something I would have really liked would have been a limit, an unban of Heavy Storm, like having it at 1, because all other formats have it at 1, at least. And I would really like that. So, could have been worth it. Maybe a Change of Heart or Snatch Steal at 2 could have been something we could have tried. But yeah. But mostly it's an actually pretty good ban list. And maybe we'll see more improvements on the next list. I think Konami is on a good way of getting rid of 2 toxic cards or 2 generic cards. Though, yeah. Also, they kind of wanted to end the Year of the Fire now, I guess. So we'll see what will happen. I think Tenpai probably will go to Tier 2 or a Rogue. Yugioh Tier 2 most likely, like that. And Snake Eyes, yeah, could maybe completely fall out of the meta, because this card was very important for the deck. Especially in Fire King decks as well, which kinda carried the deck a bit more now. And we will kinda get rid of Branded as well, which is nice because Branded became very stale and boring. Though I think they should have also banned Sanctifier, because it can still summon lots of floodgates. Like, for example, Ras Disciple and a 1 double D card and such. There are too many cards that still lock. So, yeah. But we'll see. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little reaction to the ban list. I know it was over 30 minutes long. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, then please like and subscribe. Also, check out the other videos on my channel, my normal displays, of course. And if you want to watch more, you can also check out the link in the description to Linktree, where you can find all the profiles linked to this channel, including the Twitch channel where you can watch me stream live, and also the polls where you can vote for the next games I'll play and the players I use on the next eFootball streams. And if you have any wishes, questions, or feedback, then write it in the comments and I'll make sure to read and reply. Maybe write also what do you think should have been on the ban list as well, or if something is wrong on the list. I would also like to hear your opinion, but yeah, see you next time again. Have a great time. Bye bye.